Okay, this is the project. We're learning how to use the What Do You See project and PowerPoint. This is the PowerPoint that we'll be turning into our assignment. So we're using the selection tools that we learned how to do with the money and the replace skills that we learned how to use with the creating the flowers, changing the colors of the flowers. Okay, so let's get started here. This is an example of what it looked like. You have all the different slides: blue, brown, green, different slides, and you have these different color birds here. And then the last slide, you're going to actually grab a JPEG of a jungle, any kind of jungle you want to, on the internet, and then you actually put a copy of these in here, so it's in your jungle. Okay, that'll look like. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go to the Google Classroom. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to need to download a version of this PowerPoint for you. That's what you're turning in. That's what I said earlier. Then click here, download your own version. It's going to open up. You want to click on the button to open up your own version. Click Enable Editing. Okay, this is the way it's going to look. Okay, then we're also going to go back, close that, go back, and we're going to open up the red Parrot. Okay, open up our own version of it. Click Yes, I want to open, and I'm going to open that in Photoshop. Okay. Then we're going to go back to Chrome, close that tab, go back. Now we need to open up our own version of the Bluebird. So I open in the window, and I will download it. Yes, and I'll open the Bluebird. So then we're going to open that in Photoshop as well. Okay. Then we are going to use the selection tools. I'm going to actually zoom in. Zoom into this. It's a little easier to zoom in when you can see your image a little bigger. Okay. So when you first open Photoshop, it has the magic wand tool, but you want to click that, hold it down, grab the quick selection tool. You have these options of you're going to start with a plus symbol. Make sure you're actually just going to select the bird. If you need the size to be larger, like up here, you can see the size is larger. I don't want to need that large. I need it to be pretty small. I like it smaller, so it's more precise when I select it. Then click on the bird and just drag around. Click and drag, and you're going to create the bird. I'm going to do this kind of quickly. And this is not perfect, but you're going to do a little better job on it. Okay. And say if I grab too much out here, there's a whole lot more than I need. I click the minus symbol and just click over the area that I don't want. There you go. And I'm going to take out that area. Don't need these areas down here. Again, I don't want that branch. So this is the basic idea there. Okay. Now, I need to grab a little more here, like this part of the bird here. Okay. So now we're going to click just Control C, Control V up here, copy, and I'll paste like we did with our money. And we'll just delete this background. So you can drag it down to the trash can. Okay. So now we have just our bird. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this. Now we've taken out the background. Just save the blue one. So save as. We're going to go back to our home folder on the Zoomer Initials again. Your whatever folder in your home folder for whatever class you're a part of, A3, B3, whatever. Then you're going to leave them the same name, but you're going to save it as a PNG file. That's very important. Okay. I'm actually going to. So yes, I'm going to save there. Okay. And say OK. It'll save it. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to replace that color. Okay. So we go to Image, Adjustments, and we're going to Replace Color. This is something that I didn't really show you in the replacing the color in the flowers. So click once, and it's going to be kind of, it's not really colored in well. but make the changes. So we'll go up to the first one is you have this blue bird here. You need to make it brown. I see brown bird. These are the settings for brown. And then you're going to put the brown on the next slide right here. Okay? So 168, -1, -3. So go ahead and make those settings changes. 168, -1, -3. Before you click OK, you can add the Add to selection and click on the different areas that are still blue. This is a little easier way, I think, to make that brown. I'm clicking there. So now it's brown. Click OK. Now I'm actually going to click File, Save As, and then save it as back to my home folder. And save it as a PNG file. And I'll save it as a brown bird. So I'm just changing the name to where it says brown bird. So click OK, Save. If this comes up, just say OK, and OK again. Okay, now I'm going to go click on the history. I go back to my delete layer. So it's back to blue. Okay. Now you're actually going to change that, and you need to go and actually you need to create a green bird, and these are settings for green. Then click on the green. These are the settings for black. So you put a black there. Then you're going to use a red parrot. So let's do the parrot. Okay. Let's go over here and use the selection tool. Now I'm just selecting the parrot. Okay. You might need to zoom in a little more, like I'm just zoom in maybe to his head. There we go. And then I'm going to copy that selection, paste the selection. Now delete the background. Okay, so I have that parrot there. And again, I'm going to save him as the red parrot. Okay, back to my home folder. And then save it as PNG. We're going to talk about what that means later, but just know it's safe for PNG for this assignment. And it's going to be the red parrot, yes. So just save it as 4. Yeah. Yes, yes, and OK. Okay, now it talks about the PowerPoint. You make them yellow. You all know how to do that to make them yellow. Those are the settings right there for the yellow. The next thing it says, yeah, I need to make it a spectrum parrot. Okay, so it's pretty easy. So you go to Image, Adjustments, and then down here to Gradient Map. Choose a down arrow, and that's all these. If you leave your mouse over them for a second, it changes and tells you what they are. So down here is a spectrum. So you want to choose the spectrum and click OK. Then click File and Save As. Back to our home folder. And you will name him as Spectrum. Okay, and we're not leaving stuff Photoshop. We're going to save this PNG. Okay, and there we go. Got it saved as PNG. The next thing we want to do is, then you see, like you put the spectrum parrot there. You're going to choose your own color. See, it's a blank parrot, so you're going to change it to a different color if you want. You can change the color. Like for instance, maybe I'll go into, the gradient map again. Maybe I'm going to leave it as this one here. Okay, or I can actually use this copper one. The copper one looks cool. Or yeah, that says copper. Maybe the red-green one. I'm not sure. That's just a gradient map if you want to do that. Or you can actually do delete later. And then we can actually do the adjust color. I'm going to replace color again. So click on his red colors, and then maybe I want to make him, I don't know, not a yellow because we're already in yellow. We'll do a pink. So you kind of make it a vibrant looking pink. There we go. And I'm going to add to my selection, click on the different areas that aren't really filled in well. And now he looks pink. Yeah. Change some of that stuff there. Yeah, you can still change the color if you want to. Yeah, so he's pink. So we'll save him as a pink. And you're going to go back to the home folder, V3, and you're going to save it as a PNG, and this will be a pink parrot. Choose enter, and then click OK. Okay, that's the pink parrot. Now we're going to go to the internet, and we're going to grab a picture of a jungle. Just a regular jungle, anything. And you want to grab the images, maybe you want to use this picture of the jungle. So I'm going to right click and save image as. Now I want to go to my home folder again, B3, and I'm just save it as a JPEG. It's fine. Click save. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open that up just like that, and click open in Photoshop. It's going to open it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go to my folder down here. I'm going to go back to my home folder and back to the file that I didn't do all of them, but you're going to do all of them there. And what you can do is just open them all up. So I have the Bluebird already open. So Bluebird. So what I'm going to do is actually click on the first tool, the move tool, and I'll click him. See how I'm going to move him around. I will click, I'll go up to the jungle photo, and I'm still holding down my mouse. And then I'll let go, and it's there. If I need to resize the image, if he's too big or something, or too small, I click Edit and Transform. I'm sorry, Free Transform. It gives you a box, right? I'm not going to do it because it messes up my computer. So, and you just hit Free Transform, and you can actually resize it. Okay. So we got the Bluebird. So we close that one, and say no. Then we do the pink parrot. So we should have done that, and now we can actually click him, take him in, and now you got the pink parrot. Okay. So we close that one. Say no. This is the one that I did, and so then you can see like you just add in all the layers, all the different pictures. So if you need to, you would go back to and open up, you know, whichever picture you need to. Say I need to open that in Photoshop, or you can actually, if it's not working that way, you can click right click and then just say open with. It should say Photoshop there. Okay. Anyway, so that's that, and then you just move him up to the jungle picture and then drop him down. Okay, so you have those different pictures, and then go back to this one. So then what you're going to do is you're going to actually click File and Save As. Go back to the home folder again. So you need to get a habit of saving everything to your home folder, and we're going to save it as a PNG file. And so you leave it as jungle. If it's not named as jungle, then you're going to do that. So maybe the jungle photos, or save it as a PNG. There we go. And click Save. Okay. So now we're going to go to our PowerPoint, and we're going to go and just fill it in. Okay. So for instance, I put the brown bird, and if you leave this open, it's going to be laser. So you can actually just drag and drop. So the brown bird, drag him in. There he goes. The green, we didn't get to that one, but if I had a green, I would put him in there. So let's go down. So you're going to know how to do that. It's just drag and drop kind of thing. Then you have the red parrot. So let's go and get him. So we have the red parrot. Drop him in there. There he is. It's a PNG. Then we have the spectrum parrot. This is the one we did. And she'll do the same thing with the yellow parrot. So go back to this. And we have spectrum. Okay. After this, then you need to see, I see a blank parrot. So I think we did that one, and so we can actually open up the pink parrot. Yeah, we should have said pink. So you just put him right here. Just know that finished. Then the last one is the jungle. So we delete this. So click on the picture, then hit backspace to delete it. You're going to delete the words too. So click on the words, the text, the words, but then you have to click on the edge to make it a solid line around it, and click the backspace to delete it. Otherwise you can't delete it. Okay? Then we're actually going to go and do the same thing with our jungle picture. So jungle photos, drag it in. It's going to take a minute, and then it'll be right there. Okay? Okay. And then that completes. Then you actually need to save that file. Save the file as, and then go back to, I guess, again, your home folder, B3, and you say, what do you see PowerPoint? You save it as your PowerPoint there. Okay. Click Save. And then you go back to your classroom, the classroom, and you would click, mine doesn't say that, but yours says Open, and you would turn it in. Okay? That finishes this assignment.